Hey, welcome back. We're here for the episode of Talking About It. We got our special guest, Dev number Sev.
What up, what up?
We got Mike Quayson, Garrett.
Yes, sir.
We're here to just big chill and chit-chat it up, baby.
We're going to talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Talking about it.
But I want to talk about it.
Okay,
We're going to do that.
I
You've
get
got
you.
that proper grammar.
There we go.
Yeah. Educated.
So what's popping with you, Big Dev? What you been up to, bro?
Just living life.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
have been good. I got that STG swag, if you know what I mean.
You
I know,
dripping,
you looking
boy.
good today.
Check it
You
out.
dripping. I fucks with that, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You
Life's been
looking
good.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. And,
You've been traveling a lot,
Oh,
bro.
boy. let
You've
me
been
tell
first
you,
class in it. We
up
see
in
you.
the sky.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that would be a good thing to talk about for this episode.
What you want to talk about?
Life, traveling, the whole thing.
Okay, I'm cool with that. What you think, G?
I mean, I haven't really traveled that much, but
You just traveled to Bunkerville, bro. That
I
was
mean,
it.
yeah, but
Traveling,
I haven't been to Barcelona like him. I haven't been to Hawaii. You've been to Hawaii too. I haven't
I've
been
been to Hawaii one time in my life. It was dope.
So dope.
What was your most recent trip, Dev?
Most recent trip, Hawaii, Oahu.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, first class.
Hell yeah, you was flying.
I know you
comfortably.
sent me a pic. It looks
Yeah.
sick.
Like I feel like I'm jaded now in the sense that any flight I get on, I'm screwed now.
Yeah, bro. You're
My
gonna
big
be,
ass sitting in coach.
Not
Not
gonna
it
having
happen.
ain't for
Yeah.
me,
bro. You're
Yeah.
first class or nothing, bro.
dude.
Bro, how was it though? Did they have like a movie up there
Oh.
too for you?
I'm gonna walk you guys through the experience, okay?
Tell
Walk us through it.
please.
Can you shut that, please? It's hard
First
as hell.
thing is when you're flying first class, you get that extra treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Little back massage or
you know,
what?
back massage, pillows. You get blankets,
Ooh.
warm towelettes.
No shit.
It's basically like
They give me-
24-hour room service, beck and
Hell
call,
yeah.
what you want, when you
You
want.
just snapped
Hell
the
yeah.
finger.
No questions asked. I look at the guy, drink.
Hell
I don't even, he already knows what I want. It's crazy.
He just
Hell
knows.
Yeah,
He
it's
just
like-
read your mind and shit.
So where'd you stay at in Hawaii?
So, real quick, let me back up and talk about the experience for the first class because it was
yeah,
amazing.
we got to talk about that
Yeah.
jet life, boy.
So, first and foremost, something I've never done, probably something I won't get to do again, but
You're
using
gonna
my
be first class, bro.
connections, my networks, I got a cousin, my cousin.
Mike Quayson.
I got a cousin, works for
Yeah.
American Airlines.
Ooh,
You guys know COVID's hitting. People aren't really traveling.
yeah, they're
She's
scared.
She's got buddy passes on deck.
She got
"Hey,
that
cousin."
buddies.
I don't know that situation, but I was like, hey, let me cop some of those. She's like, all right.
She said we might as well use them.
Seriously.
That's awesome.
So we went at the end of December. Those buddy passes ended December 31st, so it was no
right
problem.
before the new year.
Yeah, so we get on there. She puts us on for first class, and when you do that through the buddy pass,
There's a waiting list, right?
Yeah, waiting list. So if people buy the seats, if the plane gets full with people actually paying
You
money,
have to wait.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
get on the next one. You
Yeah.
don't get
Yeah.
those. So
But y'all weren't pressed for time.
yeah,
You were willing to wait
Yeah,
or whatever
like-
had to happen.
we had days.
Did you have to wait?
No.
Okay.
Ooh,
So we wake up in the morning, right? And one thing we're nervous about the whole time is Hawaii sets up some expectations for COVID and coming into the island.
being stuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. So if you go there and you don't have a COVID test that's negative, you have to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh my god.
In Hawaii
In Hawaii.
before you leave.
You can't get a rental car. Like, you can't get nothing. Like,
Oh,
and I was even
jeez.
hearing they
You're
were
about
checking.
to be living on the island life,
Serious,
boy.
like, I was even hearing that they were checking people's like socials to see if they were out doing stuff and like getting fines and
Jeez.
stuff.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, the thing that trips me out about, going to Hawaii, bro, is once you leave the homeland, bro, you're flying over a body of water,
Oh.
bro.
Yeah,
for hours.
I don't know if I could do that.
You could do it.
No, so when we fly from AZ to Vegas, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, you're talking
And
about 6 hours over water.
I can't do that. I'm terrified. If it moves a little bit, I'm like,
oh,
Oh,
dude.
I'm sketched out.
dude, planes are scary.
So
Like,
talk about the experience. So you flew
Yeah.
there.
so we take our COVID test. You have
Yeah.
to do it through one of their trusted partners. Costs $140 just
Oh.
for a test.
Oh my gosh.
But you got to remember the flight we're getting is hella cheap.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So essentially, what it was for first class round trip from St. George to Hawaii was $400.
That's
Dang.
it round
That's
trip.
it, round trip.
That's
So we
wild.
can cover that cost for the COVID test. So me
Yeah.
and my buddy Brian, we get our test, and you have to take it within a 72-hour window. So it's so close from the time
Yeah.
you land in Hawaii. So
You have
it
to
is
take it within
Did you take
72.
it there, or did you take it before? You have to take it before you
before.
go.
So
Okay.
you buy it, they mail it to your house, you take it, you have to
Oh,
do
wow.
a Zoom call with the doctor, and then it overnights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Dang.
gosh.
So you have to do it in a 72-hour window, but our 72-hour window started on Sunday because we flew out Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do it on Sunday because the mail doesn't work and you have to do it within the 24 hours to send it back.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So we waited till Monday to take it, hopped on the call at 11. So now we're 46 hours from our flight going to Hawaii. Yeah.
You were cutting it close.
Kind of close, but there was nothing else we can do. But even with that, we did it purposefully. So if we didn't get the results back by Wednesday, we could stay in Phoenix and then catch the Thursday flight and still be within the 72-hour window.
Oh, okay.
So we take the test, we send it off. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Morning comes, like 5 a.m. We head to the St. George airport. We fly from St. George to Phoenix. Still no results.
Shout out Phoenix.
Oh, no.
Shout out Phoenix. Yeah, still no results. We're there. The plane is boarding in an hour.
So did
Oh
you have
my
you had an hour layover?
Yeah, well, we just hung out for an hour and then it was boarding for an hour. So we
Okay.
got breakfast, and I'm stressed.
You
at
get that
this point.
Cinnabon, bro?
No, Mickey D's made it real quick.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a tradition.
Sausage
Gotta get that.
McMuffin.
You better believe it. Come on,
That's
now.
my
What do you
boy.
think I am?
Okay.
So you was about to load up.
So what in that hour did you get the results?
Yes.
Oh my
So
god.
I'm sitting there after we already ate, still nothing. I text on the app. I'm like, hey, I know you get this all the time, but what are the odds that you can let me know my results? Like, is there anything we can do? Obviously, no response.
Oh, my gosh. So you're stressing.
But I kid you not, 5 minutes later, my phone goes off. I'm like, oh crap. See it's the results. Like, you gotta click
Negative.
into it. And now my heart's really racing because I'm like, shoot.
If you got
What
it,
if
bro,
it's
I'm positive.
positive?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
screwed. Like,
you ain't going.
it was like I wanted to know and I needed to know, but I was scared to know because
Yeah.
it was like the moment of truth.
Yeah.
So
Right
I
before.
see it, rip the Band-Aid off, boom, negative. I'm pumped, like fired
Hell
up.
yeah.
Plane's boarding in like 30 minutes this time. My buddy Brian gets the same thing, negative. And
Nice.
from there, like all our stress was gone and it was just highlight.
It
at
was
that
ready
point.
ready
Oh.
to live it up.
Like,
I mean, I've seen you were sending me videos,
mm-hmm.
and it just even the first class, I was like, I've never been first class. It looked amazing.
Yeah. And
I just like those big old seats. You kick it like a little
Yeah.
bed, bro.
it is a bad. Do not.
And a flight that long, bro, it's nice
How
to
long
have
was
that
it?
luxury.
So it's like 6 hours and about 25 minutes. And I'll tell you what, when you're in first class, you don't mind that.
Yeah.
Like, it was like nothing. Like, it was
Pure
almost like,
luxury.
man, it's already over.
Could
Like,
you
we're
imagine
landing.
though being in coach?
Oh,
For
I've
that
done it
long?
before. I flew to
Oh
Hawaii.
my
Coach.
Yeah, that's what
Gosh.
we did. But I've actually flown first class once before as well. My dad was working for Delta, but we that was only from Las Vegas to LA, which was about a 45 to an hour long flight. And they took care of me on that plane too, but that was like a smaller plane, but it was
Yeah.
still like nice.
Actually, I have been first class. I don't know if it was first class.
you were on a
Austin.
train or what?
No, it was the first time I was ever on a plane. Me and my brother Austin, we were little kids and we were going to visit moms. So we
Okay.
had those. Remember how Southwest did you had the blue necklace thing, the VIP
when you're a
pass
child,
when you don't
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
parent
yeah.
going
you
with
gotta
you.
wear that medallion.
And so they sit you up front, and I don't think Southwest has. I don't know if it was first class. We just sit up front. So we
Yeah.
sat first row, and it was my first plane ride, and I was tripping, and they brought us orange juice.
Awesome.
So on the first way we were going up, they brought us the orange juice, and I freaking spilled it all over my lap, all over the seats. They made us stand up while we were up in the air, and me and Austin were standing up in the middle, just staring at everyone like this, and why they
You're
had
like,
to
damn it.
why they had to clean
shits.
why they had to clean the orange juice and stuff. So it was pretty funny. Austin was making fun of me for that, but it was really fun. And I've been on so many planes, but I've never been first class.
As far as like flying, bro, like my ritual, like when I'm up in the air, dude, I gotta have a ginger ale, bro. I gotta have the ginger ale. It calms my stomach. It makes me feel like I'm safe.
Don't
that's
have a
my
drink
jam.
because that stuff hits you differently when you start getting up in those
30,000
altitudes.
feet up, bro.
You're like, oh.
No, I had one drink and I was like, holy crap. Like,
So when we flew to Hawaii, I was purchasing meals, 'cause- bro, I was
First class,
hungry.
you don't need that. They
Yeah,
bring
and
it
so
to you.
like what did they give you? A nice menu? You just gotta choose from, or
Was it free?
So yeah,
Everything's
it was
free.
Everything like alcohol, whatever you want is free.
It's
They bring
all
you
complimentary.
Snacks around, like Pringle cans, like everything, like whatever you want.
Anything you
Them
want, bro.
Pringles?
Yeah, them Pringles.
No.
Sour cream and onions, baby.
But to answer your question, the meal on the plane was a little bit different because COVID, right? So they're trying to limit
Their
exposure,
territory,
yeah.
all that stuff. So essentially, you had the choice of like I don't even know what the other option was, or like a turkey sandwich. And I got the turkey sandwich, and that thing was
fire.
dude.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, dude, can I get another? They brought another.
Hell yeah, bro! I'd have been like, let me get some of them.
So
You
what
got some
happened?
chips?
What happened when you landed?
So when I landed, let me still backtrack.
Bro, we've been on airplanes the
Yo,
whole
he
time.
loves this
Well,
shit.
you gotta
Yeah,
hear this because I'm not
bro,
even talking about the specs inside this thing. Now, I got a big dog.
Yeah.
You're going on a plane, you gotta think differently.
Yeah, this is different, bro.
I
This
have
is-
thoughts in my head that you would never
Yeah.
think about,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
you a big dog. You gotta have that. You're gonna be
I
on a
don't like
plane
how
for
my
6
seat
hours.
is slowly going down. Have you seen it? I started up here.
Yeah.
You're a little dog, bro.
So I hop on this thing.
I'm the same height as them, by the way, so I'm not short.
I hop on this plane. You get there, and it's not like the two seats going down the aisle. Like it is like bucket, like recliners, like facing each other. So it was me and my buddy, and
It
we're
was
just
Delta,
no, it was
American Airlines. Okay.
But it was just the whole section. No one was even behind us because, like I said, no one's flying.
No
so
one's
we had
flying.
this whole area. We can laugh. We can do whatever. We were just chatting. And I kid you not, you can literally recline this thing all the way down to where you're laying flat. It's like 7 feet flat. And it's
Like you in a casket.
Oh, yeah. Right? Like,
6 feet
hopefully
under,
you
baby.
don't end up in there. But so you do that. And like I was saying, when you're a big dog like myself, you got things to think about. There's none of that with this because it's
Yeah.
big recliner. I fit in perfectly. I don't even need the seatbelt extender. I just pull that thing out.
Yeah, bro.
So now I'm really on the high life.
Yeah.
I'm like, all my fears, all my anxieties are gone.
You just up there.
Yo,
Do you have a
the
couple drinks?
cloud.
You better believe it. I
Nice.
told you I was looking at the guy and he
What
brought
was
me
you
two-
sipping?
So I had Tito's and
Ooh.
cranberry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Tyler's
the
favorite
combination
drink.
right
Yeah.
there.
And to your thing, it does hit differently. I was
It
feeling
really does.
good. I was
It really
like,
does.
I got to land here. I got to drive the rental car. I got to be careful.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
You got a rental car as well?
Better
Got
believe
to,
it.
bro. Yo, driving
Oh.
around the island is the worst, huh?
So what's Hawaii like? Because I've never been. It looks amazing.
Hey,
but
the airport though, that little section with the fountain and like the
Mhm. Oh,
trees.
when you come out,
yeah, it's like a
So
koi
nice,
pond and
yeah.
shit in there.
Yeah, when you walk out
did
there
you go to the
too-
same place as he
Yeah.
did?
Yeah. So when you go out there, first thing you'll notice is that humidity, dog.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
It's bad?
bro.
You're sweating.
Is
I
it
love-
like is it
I'm
like
used to that,
Midwest Florida type shit?
Yeah, but it's beautiful, bro. It's
Oh.
like it's so crazy, man.
When'd you
All
when'd you
that
go?
greenery.
So went December 16th.
It was humid even in December.
Dude, it's
I think
warm
that's
all
when we
year
went
round
too.
there.
We didn't
Yeah.
go this December. It was a few years ago, but it was in
Is
December
summer
as
hot
well.
out there?
It's like the same. It's always like 75
Year round, like-
year round.
Really?
Like the same. The
Yeah.
water's warm as hell.
Yeah. Crazy.
So
It was freaking monsoon or what season
Oh
was
my
it?
gosh.
Freaking, we're gonna talk about that.
yeah,
but
we need to talk about that.
but
So,
what's it called? The pipeline or something?
pipeline? I don't know what season they call it, but in December, that's when the waves are biggest on the North Shore,
Yeah.
and that's when they do the pipeline van surf competition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
You were there at the same time.
Yeah.
That's when we were there too, and they
Oh.
were like telling us, "Be careful." This.
Did
and
you
that."
guys go watch?
So they didn't have it because of COVID, but
Yeah.
that's typically when
Oh.
it does happen. So we get there, get the rental car, get this, because we're talking about traveling around. I got 3 trips on the book moving forward. Next week going to Denver,
Awesome.
Be-
Come to
Beginning
see your boy.
coming to see
After
your-
Hawaii, you came.
yeah,
to my place.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that.
After
So
he got back from Hawaii, he came and stayed. What
In
3,
AZ?
3,
5 days
5, 4 days? Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that at my place, and
chilling.
yeah, he was tanned up too.
Ooh.
That boy was
You
sun
better believe
kissed.
Yeah, yeah,
Gotta
boy.
do that. So going to Denver next week. 1st of April going to St. Thomas Virgin Islands.
Dang,
Yeah.
bro.
And then I already booked another trip for the summer for Hawaii.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be the coach seat. All of them are gonna be coach. So we're gonna see how that.
I'm going to Big
Gonna be
Bear this.
upgrading, bro.
I'm going to Big Bear this summer with the fam.
Yeah, dude, that's a good trip.
So what happened when you went to go get your rental?
So I have a great reference point now because I went there, and let me tell you how much I paid for a rental car. It's gonna blow your mind. Per
$50?
day, because you pay for the car per day, $12 a day. I'm like, are you
No
kidding
way.
me? $80 for like the entire 7-8 days we were there.
Nothing.
How? How does he do this stupid
I
shit?
don't know.
dude? It's so annoying because I literally
Bro,
look up
he's a
tickets.
magician,
I
bro.
look up tickets and it's triple what he's telling me. I just got tickets for the Virgin Islands for $150 round trip.
This
I
will
look
be
it
hitting
up.
Ticketscalper.com.
I look it up after that. It's like fucking $5,000. I'm like,
You're like, we aren't traveling anytime soon.
Seriously, you got to use that kayak. Can we get a sponsor? Kayak, you got us or
Yeah,
what?
where you at, Kayak?
So-
Shout out, Kayak.
so other than traveling, man, what's been going on in your life? You got a new job?
Got a new job, and this job is something awesome for me. I'm still working at my same place, but moved up different steps. And when we look at life as a whole, like we look at our jobs and then our family lives and things and travelings and that, because that's something we do to take breaks for ourselves.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. But it's been good, man. Just the new job. I'm coming up on 6 months, and it's flowing by.
But you've been working pretty late. Like
Yeah.
you've been. I mean, we game a lot, so. He's always like, "Oh, I'm gonna get home around 8 or 9." It's like, dude, those are long hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it has its busy times. In the summer, I'm gonna be chilling, leaving at 4, not
So you
working as
get
hard.
good like vacation time,
Oh.
and like they're pretty
Bro,
cool
whenever-
with your schedule.
Whenever he wants.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah. So
As far as like your Hawaii trip, then like where were you staying? Like, were you in a hotel, Airbnb?
yeah.
Like, what was your guys' agenda out there? What was your plans?
So because I've already been there before, my
You just
plan.
got off Hawaii, and then you're gonna bring that.
We were
back.
talking
Yeah.
about his
Oh,
traveling.
I know,
we
but
got
I
a
wanna-
sto-
I wanna
we got a
talk-
We
story
got
to tell,
stories
too,
to talk
from Hawaii.
about.
I know, but I wanted to get into his
We
job
will.
and his life now. But
We,
I think we got to stay on this. So
yeah, this is where we're at.
there's a good story.
Yeah, this is the best story coming up.
So
is it with the 4-wheeler? On
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
You better believe it, dude.
Yeah,
They
so-
gotta know.
Yeah, they have to know. So we gonna build up to this. So
So
what's up with you? Were you Airbnb? Were you hotel? What were you freaking?
So our plan was we had an Airbnb for the first 2 days, and then we
Okay.
were gonna stay at one of my buddy's friends that has a house out there that we're gonna rent it at, like their 1-bedroom house for like $75 a night, and we're like,
Oh.
that's a hell of a good deal.
$75 a night?
Yeah, for Hawaii, like
That's not bad.
yeah, we were paying $160 a night just for this little 1-bedroom Airbnb. Like and that was on the
Jeez.
cheap end.
Let's
of
not even
things.
talk about that Airbnb that you were in St.
Oh.
George.
Yeah, we're
Sorry, I just had to say that that was amazing.
dude,
by the
those
way.
$1 million homes, dude. I'm
Oh
like-
my
Hey,
gosh, bro! Him and his friends.
But
Just in the Leo. What?
look at that service, dude. See, that's what first class
This
is
is
like.
first
Is that what first class is like?
Yeah.
Welcome to first class,
See,
boy.
you can experience now.
Let's talk about it.
Can you
So-
get me a trip first class with you?
Probably. Probably.
If you're willing to pay, bro,
Yeah, yeah.
because he ain't got no more buddy passes.
Yeah, no.
I
more.
can't.
But
What was your favorite meal out there? Like, bro, when I went out there, I was eating like an islander, bro.
dude, that's all I was doing. So, the great thing we did the first 2 days we were in Waikiki, and that's more the touristy side. That's the shops. It's almost like a little mini Vegas, like when you're walking
Okay.
down. That's
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it looks like in Waikiki. Really touristy, like the main attraction for people. So we spent 2 days there just because you got to experience. And it was funny because we went to Waikiki Beach, not a single wave. So
Really? It
when
was
you,
calm.
Yeah, when you look at the island split with those big waves on the north
Yeah.
shore, and then calm on the south side.
By the big skyscrapers
Yeah.
and whatnot. And
So-
there's like that little, they got like a weird wall too that kind of sections
So,
off like.
so
an
what do
area.
you eat out there? Is it like sushi? Like
It's
What-
more
what is
island
it?
food. Like think Honolulu Grill. Think like Mo Betta's.
Mine was
like,
like-
Honolulu Grill's fire.
it is.
I heard they have
had,
German roaches though.
What?
Jeez.
I didn't say anything about German roaches.
Jeez.
We
that place.
no, so we when I was the what was it called? It was with the bed of rice. You got the 2 patties, the eggs, and the brown gravy, bro.
It's
It's
Hawaiian
called
haystack. Is that what it's called?
something like that.
Yo,
Yeah.
my stepmom Lynette makes fire Hawaiian.
Is it Loco
haystack.
Moco or
Loco
something?
Moco.
Yeah,
That's
there
it,
is.
bro. That's the one that
See,
I was
don't like
eating.
talking
out
about
there.
this because y'all are connected. I don't know anything about this.
Well, then just listen.
Yeah. We're talking about.
I don't know how to listen. This is why I'm on the podcast. I talk about it,
You're talking,
and
right
I
now.
can't talk about it.
Well, we're talking about Devin and his experience.
Yeah.
So you want to know about the Loco Moco? It's a bed of white rice, 2 hamburger patties,
Ew.
3 over easy eggs with brown gravy on top.
So good.
And
No,
that's
no,
how
without the gravy.
That's how
Let's
the
leave the
family
gravy
eats
out.
out there,
Let's
bro.
leave the gravy out.
No, you need
That's
the gravy.
yeah, bro.
I don't like
It-
gravy.
you think that until you eat the Loco Moco, bro.
Ooh.
Shout it out, man.
I'll
It's
locomote
fire.
you.
Local.
We will.
We'll
but-
get there.
Gee, so since you haven't been there, we're gonna give you some pointers. Okay, when
Yes.
you go to Hawaii, places you got to stop. Ted's Bakery. You
Oof.
have to stop. there.
Donuts.
It's like different types of like bakery stuff, but yeah, I'm sure they have donuts. But
I'm
that's
more of
not-
like a Krispy Kreme, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you gotta try the island
Seriously,
food
Ted's
out
Bakery?
there.
we didn't get to go there. It's been closed ever since.
Did you
COVID
go
hit.
to the Dole Whip factory?
I did the first time I went.
What's a
so
Dole
me
Whip?
and Bertha were in there. We got some
Yeah.
henna
hey,
tattoos.
shout out Bertha. We
Bertha.
love her.
Shout out Bertha, baby.
But also North Shore. If you're ever in the North Shore, Papa Ole's. That's where you
Ooh.
gotta
Papa
go.
Ole's.
Papa
Papa
Ole's.
Ole's.
So, so when you go there, it's kind of like the same food as Honolulu Grill, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Cool.
they're famous for their garlic chicken.
Ooh,
That
So I-
sounds too good, bro.
that
Seriously.
sounds really good.
As I was hitting those snaps that you guys all saw, people
Yeah.
hitting me up. Oh, you got to go to Ted's. Oh, you got to go to Papa Ole's. I'm like, I'm going for sure. Like,
Hell
you know,
yeah,
like,
you're hitting
got
them.
to.
You gotta hit the local spots, bro.
Seriously.
But the Dole Whip factory was probably one of my
it
favorites.
was fun, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Did you go to did you check out the Hawaii temple by chance? Did you go by
Drove
that?
by, didn't really stop by.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, dude. And then the Polynesian Culture Center.
Yeah.
Did you drop off there?
Yeah, so we were staying right there. So after the 2 days in the Airbnb, and I told you we
Yeah.
were going to go to the $75 one, we had a friend that was staying there with somebody else in like a house right on the
Okay.
North Shore, like a big house.
Okay, cool.
So we went over there. We stayed like one night, and they're like, yo, just stay the rest of the nights with us. So we stayed 4 days there. We had our own
Dang.
room right on the North Shore, right across from the Polynesian
Culture Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Bro, yo, check this out. Guess what they serve at their McDonald's out there, bro?
They got McDonald's.
Oh,
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Fresh pineapple, bro.
Yeah.
You get a cup of fresh pineapple.
I really am not a big fan of pineapple.
What?
No, in this sense,
In
think
Hawaii-
about all the little pop-up shops on on the North Shore where they
Yeah.
can stop and they get pineapple and all the mixture and they put that little seasoning on
Yep.
top of it. Oh
I don't-
my gosh!
Do they
Shit.
make doubles mac sauce out there still?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, come-
Yes, they do. No, so the water, bro. Let's get into the
you
water. I'm ready to talk
I'm
about
gonna
the
have some
water, bro.
PTSD on this one, but
And I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever cried laughing this much than when I saw the video.
oh,
I couldn't
Of the-
believe it, bro.
This big Aquaman coming out of the water.
It's the thick
Oh.
Aquaman right here, baby.
all right.
Okay,
so
so
we're,
what
we're gonna
happened?
get into it, right?
Get into
so
it, bro.
you guys know Waimea Bay, right?
Yep.
Big time, like
No, I don't know, but yeah, continue.
okay, big time Waimea Bay. Like you got to go there. It's
Yep.
North Shore, so
You
you,
gotta-
already know the waves are crashing. And like I knew that the waves were gonna be bigger because everybody was talking about it. Like be careful. There's signs literally.
But you're used to California water where the waves are like,
100%. Like
yeah, like you're like, that can't phase me, bro.
that 100%. What you just said was what I was thinking.
Oh, most definitely.
I was like, I've been in Cali. I'm body surfing. I'm doing
Yeah.
all these things. Like, it ain't
He
nothing-
out there.
nothing for me.
Yeah.
So we get there, and you know these things are big dogs. But again, I'm like, you know what? I'm fine. And in my head, thinking that same way, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna be able to body surf these things even better because
they're
they're
big.
bigger.
Yeah,
they're gonna
like,
be
they're
able to
gonna-
push my ass.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna be
seriously, I'm coming into the
coming
sand.
in hot, baby.
so I'm excited. No fears, no worries. Okay. So we get there, drop the stuff off, set everything up. We're with somebody that lives in Hawaii, like I told you, so they're used to this 24/7. They're like, "Let's go!" They just run down.
They
in there.
take off.
Yeah, they're just excited to be there. I'm like, all right, and there's already people out there, so you
Yeah.
can see it. This beach is packed. I'm talking about there were baddies on this
Oh
thing, and
my
this is going to
gosh.
be an important part. The baddies on this beach right here.
Yes.
I'll have to tell you how they connect, right? But so they're running in there. Brian runs in there. I'm going in there, and I'm like, all right, here we go. We're gonna do this. So I'm going in, fine, chill. Still don't think anything about it.
Water's great.
Water's great, warm. You don't have to worry about anything. I'm walking. Next thing I do, step, and I'm floating. Sand gone.
No.
So I just step in, go down. I'm like, oh, geez. Get a little scared. Like, I was like, okay, I wasn't used to that. I thought my next step was just going to be a little down, gradual.
Yeah.
Gone, dude. So I start freaking out. I'm like, turn around. I'm looking to see, like, how close the sand is. Like, how did I drop off that far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, boys, are you ready for this?
We're ready, bro.
This is where it gets bad.
Well,
As I, like, turn around to see, like, what's going on, where's the sand, I happen to look over my shoulder. And lo and behold, a 7-foot footer is coming down on me. So I'm like this. It's already broke. It's coming straight
You're just
down
floating.
on top.
Oh my
floating
gosh,
down.
dude.
Straight down on top of me. So boom, hits me. I'm down. And I'm not
Were
exaggerating.
you like under the water and
under
like
the water, wave rolling, crashing? I'm not kidding. I'm like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still can't. I'm trying to like reach.
You're trying to find the top, bro.
And I'm at that point, full freak out mode. I'm like
Yeah.
trying to get up. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm scared. I wasn't fully prepared for it to
Yeah,
crash
because
on
this
me.
is your first wave.
Yeah.
You just barely
Like, I'm
lost
getting
your
the goosebumps.
foot.
Look at
yeah.
you see that?
no.
You're getting your foot. You just lost your footing.
Yeah.
There's no like sense of security there.
Yeah.
You're just in the water.
Yeah, dude. By the fourth one and still not feeling and losing the air, I was in full freak out mode. Like fight or flight, it hit right.
And they
in
were
there.
quick. Boom.
Yeah. So I finally come up, dude. My hair was in a bun like this. I come up and it's just all in my face.
Oh my
I take
gosh.
that first breath in, sucked in all the hair, can't breathe again. Next one crashes on me
No
again.
way.
Yeah, look at my goosebumps again. Like
Bro,
you can tell this
Oh
is real.
my gosh.
Crashes on me again, and I'm like,
And you're
holy-
under the water, like.
Yeah, again, no breath. I'm like scared to death. Like at one point, I was thinking, I was like, man, I am gonna freaking die here. Like,
Yeah, bro.
and I thought, you know what, Hawaii, if it's the way I go out, it is what it is. But I was so scared. So at this point, I'm just one track mind of like understanding I have to fight to get out of here.
Were your eyes open? Were you looking?
Yeah,
like,
dude. Like I was just doing whatever I could. Like my main focus was getting out of here, and like I even told myself, I was like, you have to prepare to like fight to get out of this thing.
yeah,
now.
bro. Like for life, dude.
Yeah. So I go and I'm fighting. I'm swimming. My legs are burning because I'm just trying to fight
Yeah,
and get out of
bro.
this. And then I finally get to the sand. So my feet are on sand,
Oh my gosh.
and this is where I fully comprehended the power of the ocean.
It's intense, dude.
The second my feet hit the sand, I'm 4 bills plus, dog. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna withstand this again. Cali, like, ain't doing nothing
yeah,
to me.
this ain't nothing.
I plant it's you know how the undertow comes back and sucks
Yes,
back
yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Rip me right off like I wasn't even there.
No way.
Yeah, like I wasn't even there. Rip me off, boom. So now I'm getting sucked back in while the next wave's crashing
Yeah.
on top. And I'm just like, geez. So when the next one came, I just tried to ride it in as far as I could.
You
into
hit
the
that
sand.
body. That
Yeah.
body.
And it wasn't like body surf because it was already crashing.
He
So
was
I was
like,
like,
"Eh?"
I was just trying to use
Yeah.
the momentum of it to get
Yeah.
as far into the
Yeah,
sand
yeah,
as
yeah.
I could.
Yeah.
So I get there and remember, I was in full fight mode. Like I
Yeah,
didn't
you
care
were-
who was there.
You didn't care who was watching.
Yeah.
You didn't care about
Nothing.
anything, bro.
My legs are burning. I'm out of breath because I'm fighting so hard. So I get into the sand just enough, and now I'm on all fours.
You dug in.
Yeah, and this is where the baddies get into play because you can tell people are out there. At one point, as I'm fighting for my life, I looked up and I saw them looking at me, and I was like, F it. And I just kept going. Like, I crawled hands
Damn.
and knees out of this ocean, dude. My
Bro.
buddy that was up on the beach is running down because he realized I was struggling to get out of here.
Yeah.
He's running down, crawling hands and knees, and now I'm finally out. By the time he gets there, he like lifts me up. I can't even like stand up because my legs are
Your
so
legs
shot.
are like jello.
Yeah, because I was fighting for.
Yeah, because
it
you was
felt like
kicking
forever.
and
Yeah, but
fighting for your life, bro.
yeah, seriously. So he pulls me out, and I'm like stunned, like almost like scared, like can't
Yeah.
believe what I just went through. Guy, lifeguard on the 4-wheeler pulls up. He's like, "You good?"
Bro, he
And-
was on TV following you.
dude.
I
So
was a shredded guy, got the tats.
Was it
and shit.
Was it TLC?
no, it was A&E.
A&E.
Bro,
A&E.
A&E, bro. He pulled up. They
You
pulled
just see
up.
Dev walking out the water like,
Just
holy
a tan. This is the
shit.
shit you see on the TV because it's
Yeah.
on the TV, bro. He's on the 4-wheeler, pulling up on Dev.
A&E.
He was on
A&E.
A&E.
It's
So
called
the
Live
four-wheeler.
Rescue.
So what Dev sent me.
He had the live cam on
yeah,
his.
it was
on
the
his
live cam on
four-wheeler,
the 4-wheeler. So he was hauling ass.
mobbing on the
And then it
4-wheeler.
switched cameras, and you just see Dev coming
Aqua
out the water
Dev.
like,
Yeah.
like
Hair just
holy
flowing.
shit, like what?
exhausted, bro.
Yeah,
Clapped out.
looked exhausted.
Just like he would just.
And then some skinny ass guy coming out the.
That's Brian, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, he came walking out even. He came walking out even worse. Honestly,
He was like hands and knees. It's no joke.
no,
bro.
he
those
came walking.
waves
He
are-
came walking on the beach like he was scared.
He
for
was
his
lucky
life
to
as
come
well.
out too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna interrupt y'all. We're getting another $1,400 free bucks. Hope you guys know that.
Austin's worried about the stimulus.
Check just got approved today.
Heck yeah.
I'll take it.
So yeah, live rescue A&E. I'm coming out of this thing. Lifeguard's like, "You good?" And I was like, yeah. He's like, you could have been. He's like, that could have been bad. I was like, yeah, you're telling me. Like, I'm still in full shock mode.
Yeah.
My buddy Brian comes out. He looks dead because I'm telling you, they're no joke.
Oh, he looked worse. I
Yeah.
feel like
Oh.
he looked scared.
So did you go back in the water for the rest of the trip?
Not there. The rest of the trip, yeah. And we can get to that because I want to wrap this one up. But
yeah.
So when that happened, I'm like stunned, and I'm like just looking at the water now in like fear. And my buddy Brian now laughs because of that. He's like, dude, you were like for 10 minutes, like
You were looking at
didn't
the
say
ocean.
anything.
Well,
You were
I would
just-
be the same way.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. That's nothing to play with, bro.
and like we all have near death experiences, right? We've been in
Yeah.
situations where like, whoa, that could have been bad, or
I drove a 4-wheeler off a cliff.
yeah. Like, so we know how close it is, but like this one was like different, you know. Like I was like, this one was probably my closest
It goes
one.
like that, bro. Like
Yeah.
anything. Like you literally just walking into the ocean, and next thing you know, you're off. You're
I'm
off
sorry
the
for
beach.
laughing, by the way.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
okay.
essentially you don't have control any longer at that point.
Oh.
That's really scary. I hate open water. That's
Yeah,
like
sharks
one of my
and shit, or one of my
not
biggest
not
fears.
not even that. Just being in open water, I can't do it.
If I'm in a lake or something like that, it doesn't bother me as much as being in the ocean
Even-
where
even-
there's sharks and
No,
stuff
even
like that.
even an open lake, dude. I hate being in an open lake. I don't like being in water where I can't touch. I
Yeah,
hate it.
Well, the thing about the lakes and stuff is it's so dark you can't see anything.
Yeah.
In the ocean, like occasionally you can see through the water.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
I do want to get back on your new job, and I know we've talked about it before, but I'm very proud of you, and it's a big step for you, and you know you had a. I know you were you were debating it because you loved your old job, you did, and now this is kind of a bigger step, and
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about your new job and what you're doing at Dixie State. Well, I don't know if it's Dixie
Soon to
State
be.
anymore.
And it still is, but it's about to change. But yeah, in jobs and in change, man, it's crazy because we get so comfortable with what we're doing, and like we know it, we know what we have to do, we know the expectations,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of get attached to that, and it's hard to change.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you guys
Change
have-
is scary.
Yeah.
It really is.
Like I'm sure you guys felt that in your life, and even if it's on the opposite end of that, like, man, like I'm taking the easy road right now because I know it's something easy. Like
Yeah.
I'm being content, and you know I don't like that feeling sometimes. So I was like, I got to do something else. I got to change it up.
Yeah.
Well, and you were at that job for what?
4 years, yeah.
Yeah. So and it was an awesome job. You had a lot of fun doing it, and
Had
you
lot
were a
of
big
perks,
you were a
yeah.
big boss, and yeah. But so how'd you get the opportunity to move on? Was it they offered you it, or you had an interview? What happened?
So in these types of jobs, they're really the way they go about the interview process and the hiring process is crazy. Like you would think you're making $250,000 a year with how many people apply for these positions.
So
and like the way
tell
they
them a
go
little
through
bit
it.
about your job you had then and the job you're at now. Like, kind of tell them about the process, like in a shorter version. So it's not long.
Okay, so I graduated college from Dixie State. I was student body
I don't
president.
like Kylie laughing in the background, by the way.
we were
we got-
talking about the islands, bro.
No, but we talked about that, and I want to get to know.
He still had more he was telling though.
No,
We're
he didn't.
good. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, go ahead. So tell us the process of your
Tell us the
new
process.
job.
So I graduated. I was student body president there, so I made connections that way. A week after.
At where?
At Dixie State.
St. George Tech.
No, it's not even gonna be that.
What is it?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, so go.
So a week after that, after I graduate, I get a job interview for a full-time position at the university. Get that.
Yeah.
So I started that right after. Spent 4 years there as in housing. So it came with a 2-bedroom penthouse, brand new apartment.
Badass. I stayed
Bad-
there.
Yeah, you've been there. Austin's been there. I don't know.
I stopped by
You
probably
stopped
with
by?
Big Z back in the day.
So it was nice because it came with that and, you know, making the salary. And it was a lot of flexibility in the aspect of, oh, I don't have to go in at a certain time. I can just kind of do my thing.
Yeah.
Like, so it was awesome. It did come with a lot of negative things too, but I learned a lot from it. And it was overall
Yeah.
a great experience, you
For
know?
sure.
So this opportunity comes up and I see it. And it's funny because at the time when it popped up, I actually had COVID. So I was in my apartment for the 14 days, you know?
Dang, so you was really
Yeah.
reflecting on life.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
He was.
seriously, right?
No,
Yeah,
he really
bro.
was, and we gamed a lot
Yo,
in
being-
that time, and he sounded like his voice, and he was a little scared, and I was scared too.
Well,
Like
sometimes when you have like the opportunity to just chill for 14 days, like
you think
at your
it's
own
chill,
will,
but
it's cool. But
yeah.
like once you're restricted
forced to.
staying in a spot for 14 days, it kind of, I'm sure it gets crazy, and then you start reflecting on life and like things you could do differently to like kind of, you know,
and
improve.
Yeah, and like I was saying, like I don't ever like getting too content with something like where I mastered it right.
Life
now
is
I'm
too
just going
great,
through
man.
it. Yeah, and it almost
Well,
makes
you've
me.
never been content.
Yeah.
You've always wanted more.
Which is great. That's
Yeah,
really
Dev's
what you
always
need.
been like that. Always.
Yeah,
He's always wanted more for his life. Always.
and I think that's a great thing, and I mean you guys have that too.
Yeah,
like,
you know, just being, you know, having that drive, or like, you know, wanting more for yourself or for your family and stuff like that is that's great, dude.
Well, and especially for Dev too, where he came from is
Big
it's amazing. It's amazing to really
Bro,
see where he is.
You defeated the odds, man. You
Really,
had it rough,
like,
bro, for sure.
It's amazing, and it's always a good thing to.
But that's the thing, bro. You persevere. It doesn't matter where you come from or, you know, what happened.
No, it does. I feel like it does. I feel like he appreciates going through that, because now look at him. Because I don't think
it doesn't mean that you can restrict somebody from doing that.
Yeah.
If you want it, you can get it.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you guys
it
are
doesn't
both
matter.
right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you came from. As long as you as a person want that, you can get it. You just have to do it. And that's what Dev did. He said, I'm going to do it. And everything he said he was going to do, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look up to him in so many ways, and
That's
I know
big
he's
Dev.
not. I know he's not my brother or anything, but yeah, he's always been there. He's pushed me. He's honestly, I literally hated him for months because
why?
huh?
I said because why?
Because he gave me that tough love that I needed, you know, that I didn't want better for myself.
Well, that's because you think you're always right, dude.
Not really. It was just, he was just like, you deserve more than that, and he pushed me, and now I'm at where I'm at. It's, and you too as well, you and Blake. It was, you need people.
Some people
but
don't like to hear the critique, man, but like
it's necessary though. It's super
sometimes
necessary.
you gotta have that to really put you on that next level, bro. Like, I take shit from a lot of people too, but it's like that stuff makes me want to be better or do more, you know, because it just gives me that drive, that push.
Yeah, and it's so true too. And like I take pride
And it comes
in
from
that.
people that, you know, you respect.
Mhm.
It's
No.
not gonna be from some random on the street that's gonna be talking shit.
No.
You know, it comes
Yeah.
from people that actually love you and want to see you succeed.
Mhm.
And that's where it really counts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when you get that, you need to have the right mindset too, to not say, okay, they're saying this to try to hurt my feelings or put me down. They're trying to do it for the betterment of your life.
Exactly. Like, dude,
and
we're
it's
not
hard
here.
to hear.
Yeah, it is.
It's tough.
The
I
truth
hated
hurts
you.
sometimes, man. But at the same time, as long as you take that, you know, and use it as fuel in the right direction, it's only gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make you a better person. Like, it's gonna put you in a better situation all around.
I remember my senior year, summer actually. So after I graduated, Dev was working at McDonald's, or not McDonald's, Walmart.
Local
Walmart.
Walmart.
And
Love that place.
he was grinding. He was manager for the
You
store
were a
department or
manager
something?
quickly too.
I was at the top of like the hourly manager. Like
Yeah.
the next step would have been salary, like assistant manager of the store. Like
And he was, and I was about to go to college. I was about to go play basketball, and he was telling, it was just me and him because D and all them went to Victorville early for football. So it was just me and Dev, and he was telling me all these plans, and you know, us, when, you know, shit just comes out of our head, we don't know really what we want, especially at that age. He was telling me what he was going to do, and damn near did everything he said.
Bro, that's
Worked his ass off to where he's at, and it was awesome. I mean, we were making ham and cheese sandwiches at my dad's house, and
it's just cool to see.
now he's here, bro. It's
years
crazy.
stack up, you know, and as long as you're progressing, I think it's great. I think you're in the right direction as long as you're moving forward in life, or, you know, looking for the next big thing, or whether it's doing something like podcasting or, you know, a new hobby, something like that gets you out of your comfort zone and you know, set you apart. You know, I think it's a great way to go about things.
Yeah, you're like my mom always says, you're never gonna be like, if the uncomfortable doesn't become comfortable for you, you're never gonna be successful or happy. It's true. You gotta be uncomfortable. You like change. You said change is scary. Like with your new job, I know you called me and said, it's scary to change because you love the job, you're complacent. And
Yeah, and it's deeper than that too, because you know you're good at it. So
Yeah,
you're
'cause
leaving
I've been with my company for almost 6 years now, you know, so
Yeah.
it's like I've been there for 6 years. Like that's the longest I've ever had a job or anything like that. I guess the only thing that's great about my company, like the things
Our
that I can
company.
do, our company is, you know, the opportunity to sell more or, you know, little things here and there that can kind of help push me in different goals, but
just get a little bit more money as well.
yeah, but you know, it does get to the point where like, you know, being complacent, but like where we live, I feel like we're pretty restricted on like having a good job.
What were you
know.
about to say about that?
I was just about to say like change, and one thing that you're saying, 6 years, like it's good to have time with companies. Like
Yeah.
that's how it should be. Like when you talk about a career, you work with a company, you move up in that company, you have different opportunities with the
Yeah.
company. That's awesome. That's what you want to do. Like for me, I've been with Dixie State now going on 5 years. I got a different
Yeah.
job within Dixie State.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And it was funny.
And you want to be dean of students,
Oh
correct?
yeah, and
Yeah.
and the path
Heck
that
yeah.
I've been taking right now is just leading me right to that direction.
Perfect,
so that's what
dude.
I'm most excited about.
And
You'll get
I
there.
what I really thought was impressive is tell me about. Well, you already told me, but I want you to tell the story about your interview process because there was a lot of people that wanted your job, and you were really stressed out about that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you got the final call, you called or you were on the game with me and D, and you told us, and we were very excited. But tell us about kind of how that interview went. And this is a big university. Dixie State's a big university.
Yeah, you said
So-
the interview process was like super crazy.
Yes, he had to go through steps and steps, and especially with COVID, it was all through Zoom, so he couldn't show. Did you show your personality? Like it's
think
hard
I
to
did
show.
on
It's
Zoom.
but it's
Yeah,
hard
you
to show
gotta
your
do.
personality through Zoom instead of being in person.
Well, your body language and
Exactly.
everything like in person is a little better, but like with the Zoom call, is it like with the webcam and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
tell
like,
us
you could
tell
show
us
a little
your position and like the interview process because I thought that was awesome that you had to go through all those people and it was awesome to hear.
Yeah, so the way this job worked is it was open for a while. So 58 people ended
wow.
up applying for this position.
Yeah.
And well, there's only one position.
One position, 58 people. It's a director level. So most people at the university, when they get to the director level, they'll retire there. So like in
Wow.
my building right now, there's 5 other directors, and they're all over the age of 50.
Wow.
I was 27 when I got the job, just turned 28, right? Like there's 2 of them that are on their way to retirement in like the next year or so. So it's like people will just stay there.
So in this position, you could retire
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
But yeah, you know your boy. Not
Yeah.
gonna do that. This is a stepping stone.
Never complacent.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm cool with it, bro.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, so 58 people applied. It's a master's required position, so everybody has a master's degree, so
Okay.
you know they're qualified, you know they're good. And so I applied, did all my things, and the good thing is if you work for a company, it could be a good or a bad thing, right? Because they know exactly the type of person you are, what type of work you do, so on and so forth. So if you do a great job all the time, that's going to help you.
Yeah.
But if you do a mediocre or bad job, or you've been in some situations that were kind of sticky, that's going to be a bad thing versus somebody who's applying from Alabama who they don't know from Adam, right? Like,
Were there
Yeah.
people that was from different states?
I don't know, but yeah,
I would
there's
assume.
58 people. There's going to be a lot of people coming from different states, California, so on and so forth. So luckily for me, I feel like I've done a great job. So when I go in there, they kind of know what they're getting with me. It's not going to be from what I'm telling them in an interview and so on and so forth. They can see the
They've
big
seen you
picture
grow as well.
as a student and then as a
Yeah.
full-time employee.
And he was killing it at his other job too.
Yeah. So they go through that. Then they take the final 6. They narrow it down. They interview 6. So my first interview was with the hiring committee. There's 8 people on this committee. I know all of them in a different capacity. Some I know better than others. But
Yeah.
essentially,
You knew them?
I know. Yeah, it's Dixie.
Okay.
So like when I'm working there for
They
4
knew
years, I
Dev
know
Dev.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He
go
was student
through-
body president.
Who
so
doesn't
yeah.
know Dev
Yeah.
in St. G?
Yeah.
Seriously.
For real though.
Yeah.
So they go through, ask their own questions. Each one has one question, and I'm not kidding. Like interviews for me, they're a big deal, and I prepare a lot for them. Like
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
I
it's
was
all about
lit-
your first impression
You were
with them,
telling
you know?
us, yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy, your process.
so, I study. I look for ways I can tie it. I go through the job description of what they're asking for, and I ask myself questions based off of that. Like,
Yeah.
what are they hoping to see from there, and then on that,
And
what
to
is
make
the-
yourself a little different as well from
Yeah.
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for that, it talks about like when I'm looking through the job description, I'm like, how can that apply? And when I figure out a way it can apply, I like to have like an action to it. So
Yeah.
I'll do research on that. Like if they're talking about student development theories, I'll find the student development theory that would work best with the position
Yeah.
and the demographic they're reaching, and then say this is what I would do and here's how I would do it.
Nice.
Right? So
Heck yeah.
so I go through that. So this is the first time I went through an interview. It was a 30-minute Zoom interview. They all asked one question. This was the first time in an interview where I ended that or I left the interview and I just felt like I absolutely knocked it out of the
You
park.
told me
Hell
that.
yeah.
You told me that.
Like for most people, when you're interviewing, you always are like, oh, I should have said this or I could have said this. Why did I say
I do that all the time.
You
Everybody-
felt
all
like
the
you
time.
you felt like you gave it your all and you didn't leave anything
Yeah, like I was
unturned.
fully prepared. The second I hit end on that thing, I was just so happy because like there was nothing else I could have done. Like, so again, you can control what you can control, but everything else, it was up to them at that point.
Yeah.
And I killed it, right? So then the process goes, they take the top 3. So they identify the finalists, and then from there, you go through and they had 3 additional interviews with larger groups. So my next one was with all 30 peer coaches who in this position you oversee. You're their supervisor. So I go in and the peer coaches are asking all their questions. And that's like where I could really shine because I was a student. I was
Yeah.
involved. So like I was just pulling
So
from
you
my
knew,
experience.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Well, you know how to interact with people, and
Yeah.
you know how to, make yourself known as well. But also, you
Coming
connect
from a
with,
student standpoint,
he
because
con-
he was a student there
he
as
connects
well.
with them, yeah.
Mhm.
And were all the other candidates older, or was it young people?
In
or?
the hiring process, you don't really know who it was. I know.
Especially with the Zoom or
Yeah.
with like the way they had it, you probably didn't know who they were
Yeah,
personally.
I know one other person that applied to the at Dixie State who was
Yeah.
a finalist too, but I don't know who the other person was
Okay.
that ended up being a finalist. So I interacted really well with him, felt confident, and then the next one I get on a Zoom call and it's with all the directors of student affairs. So there's like
Jeez.
30 directors there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all in there, and it was weird
Were you
because
nervous?
yeah, I was nervous, and this one was harder because they're like rapid fire questions. It's essentially
So they're all asking you.
whoever wants to go, they're just like, all right, we're here to ask.
It was
some
like you were
questions."
LeBron James after a game and shit.
Seriously, so they're just asking me questions, and they were asking some good, tough questions, but I felt like I managed it very well. And even afterwards,
Well, I knew you really studied and you really were prepared though.
Oh yeah, yeah. But for the peer coach interview and for the director interviews, that was hard because they're just random questions. They just asked like, all right, who wants to ask anything? So like, it was harder to prepare for those. But then the final one, and I knew it was going to be the biggest one, was a one-on-one with the assistant vice president. Over that area. Yeah. So I know him. He's.
Oh, you knew him?
I knew him because I work at the school, right? So you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
everybody. I don't really like.
But
I've never
were you
really-
like cordial or was it like
I just knew of him. I should
Okay,
say.
okay,
We didn't
okay.
really
Yeah.
talk,
okay?
but I knew like he's not a talker. He's like a numbers guy.
Ah,
Like
numbers don't lie, bro.
yeah, he would, in the sense of like data, looking at like student success and development from the sense of like retention numbers and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just never going to be one that's going to be doing presentations up on the stage. Like that's just not him. Like he doesn't really even interact and have good relationships with like people just because he's just an introvert that
Yeah.
doesn't focus on that.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I knew that. So this one I was like, man, this is gonna be my toughest one. I mean, it's also probably gonna be the one that holds the most weight. So I knew in his role that he was working on setting up EAB through our university. It's a software where
Okay.
the students can schedule with their academic advisors, can schedule with their peer coaches, so on. And I knew that was like his initiative. So I went on the EAB website and I went
Nice.
through everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's crazy,
yeah,
bro.
even to the point like where he would send out some emails that go to everybody in the university, and I remember him sending out one. And he's talking about the murky middle in higher ed. The murky middle aren't the students that are doing bad that are under a 2.0 that need more help. They're not the ones that are 3.5 above who are killing it. It's the ones right in the middle, right around 3.0, that they're on teetering where they can
Yeah.
either go bad or go good. And most people forget about that group. And he sent an email like probably 2 or 3 weeks prior to the interviews.
Yeah.
So I went through and I like found this murky middle thing on EAB, and like I had
Heck
my
yeah.
stuff all set up. So I went in there, and the interview I was most nervous for, I
Oh
just
my
went in there.
Gosh,
That's what it
dude.
takes, you
You're
know,
With
when-
the Grand
freaking
Slam or
crazy,
what, dog?
dude?
So I went in there, and it was literally a grand slam. Again, when I ended that, I was like, holy crap. Like, I'm getting the goosebumps again.
Yeah.
Talking about
You
it.
are.
But I ended it, and I was just like, dang, like I surprised myself in those
That's
things.
awesome.
I'm just like,
That's how you know you were meant to be there, bro. Like that all worked out like that way, you know.
yeah. So a couple days later, I ended up getting the call, got the job,
Hell
and it was like the worst time possible for housing because we were just about to do move in. The new RAs came, so I was in RA training when I got the call. So the last day of RA training, I let them know that I'll be starting the new job in September 1st, and they're all sad. But my boss was sad losing me, but he was always like the biggest support. Like whenever
That's
it's
good,
time,
dude.
like
You need that support,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
Yeah, and I knew it was tough for you too, because you were telling me that it was hard because you did love that job, but moving on to bigger and better things for yourself. But you did love who you worked with, and I knew you loved that job, living in the dorms, and it was fun for you. But
still, like, for you to go through that process and like really just show like that level of greatness that you have is like
he's not even done. Yeah, he's not.
it's
He's
just
getting
awesome,
started,
bro. Like that you were able to just walk in and just crush it out of the park, and like
Yeah, he's getting
that
started.
shows to you yourself and like your peers and like the people there at the school that you're ready.
Exactly, and it rubs off on people. It rubbed off on me, and I remember Dev called me last week and was telling me that his sister was planning on moving to Arizona, and he said, "I know you went through some change, and I know you've gone through what she's going through, and I know change is scary. Do you want to talk to her about it?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. Put me through." So we had a call for about an hour,
Hell yeah,
talking
dude.
with his sister about change is scary, and new things are always going to be scary, but
As long as you take positive energy and
exactly
put it into that though, and
exactly,
and people like yourself and Dev like pushing that energy into like to her is what makes other people believe in themselves.
and both of you guys, you've been a big supporter of me as
bro.
well ever since I was little about the things I can do if I put my mind to it, and Dev
bro.
as well, and it's a
mindset, bro, like, and like believing in yourself and like
other people around you and believing in your friends and pushing them to be better.
That's the best thing, bro. Like I don't want any of my friends to fall, I love a lot of my friends, and it's all about, if I'm winning, my team's winning, like we have a winner circle, bro. Like that's just how it is. We have a tight circle, but like all of us are always wanting to do more, and like
Dev,
that energy is great.
And like I said, Dev, I couldn't stand Dev because he was constantly bugging me about that.
Because he knew your potential.
Yeah, because I didn't want more for myself, and I was stuck. You were
contingent, bro. Yeah. You was just chilling.
Yeah, and he really
stagnant in the water.
He really pushed me, and
can you stop going in and out, bro?
He really pushed me, man, and I know my family and all that isn't with, it wasn't the biggest fan of Dev, but I always stuck by him, and because I knew he wanted best for me, and he really does. He's a good person, and
prove your the parents' first
exactly
perception of somebody wrong, and it just takes not everybody's right the way they read people.
Exactly, and I mean, I think they were just a little jealous that he has bachelor's, master's, and just killing it. But no, he does. He wants everything for his friends, and he wants it for himself. And
hell yeah, bro.
I love Dev, and I'm glad he came on. And I thought it was a good episode.
Hell yeah,
and
bro. It was a great episode. I'm glad that
we'll have to
Dev
give
here.
him a little bit. We'll have to get him back when he gets back from freaking the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, we
Hawaii.
need to talk more about those trips. Boy.
And I'll be in Chandler, Arizona, in my 1-bedroom apartment. So.
Well,
no, but it was
traveling.
fun. Thanks for coming, man. It was fun, and can't wait to hear back from you in a little bit. But
yep. Thanks for touching down here at the house, and
yes, sir.
Hey.
We gonna get you back, boy.
Seriously, I was just here to talk about it. Great little episode.
Hell yeah, bro.
Man, it was good.
Stay tuned, y'all. We got more in the making, and we love y'all.